What's good, everybody? NicMakesPlays here, and today I'm going to go over the top 5 best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. This is what I think are the best 5 decks in the entire game that can definitely give you the highest rank in the game. If you have the highest chance of winning, this is your go-to. So a lot of people were asking me, like, oh, what should I craft? What deck is the one to make? And this is a video for you, so let's get into it. And before we start, if you guys like Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, make sure you like and subscribe. Alright, here's the first deck. Alright, the first deck, the best deck in the entire game, I think, is the Brigade Zodiac. This deck is just so powerful. Having some of the most explosive turns in the game with the Brigade combos, making Shirag able to banish a card without targeting. One Zodiac monster is Zeus to blow up your enemy field. You can give it 4 materials, so you can blow up enemy field when you play it, and then blow up the enemy field on their turn as well, all from one card, which is just too hard to ignore. You have tons of room for hand traps. You can use DD Crow's very nice to have. It's a Wing Beast for the Brigade cards. You're able to search your deck very consistently because your kit can send you the card searches, and all your cards just all kind of get to each other. In the late game, you can just play one Brigade monster, and then as long as you have a good graveyard, you're good to go. If you draw the trap card, you can just pretty much summon the Shirag, and then you get high value. Really resilient deck. Like if they max use a lot of stopping points that are very powerful, can play through a lot. So if they don't have maxi, you can just kind of win. And if they do have maxi, then you have good stopping points. Very resilient deck, very consistent deck, has answers through hand traps. Just really strong to be able to play Zeus with one card, the Zodiac. So overall, this is the best deck in the entire game. The next deck is Virtual World. This deck's extremely powerful, having a toolbox of synchro monsters, able to be used for whatever you need. You can combo off extremely hard with this deck as well, and make a lot out of nothing. It's kind of hard to finish this deck off a lot of the time because they're able to just continuously make strong play after strong play each turn. Just won a tournament, got first place, so Virtual World's definitely the second best deck in the game right now. The next best deck in the game is Drighton. This deck is extremely powerful with Ben 10 at 3 and Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So essentially this deck's like a go first deck. You go first and you just wombo combo out ending the turn with Herald of Ultimatness, which can negate spells, trap, or monster effects, not once per turn, as many times as you want. You just have to discard a fairy from your hand to negate the activation of the cards and destroy them. But it makes sure it ends the turns with tons of fairies in hand. So essentially, you basically just go first, and then you play the Herald Ultimates and you win the game. This deck is a bit weak to hand traps, but you can use Horror of the Orange Light to negate them when you're going first, and as well as Called by the Grave. So you want to go first, pop off, and if they don't answer, you win. And if you go second, that's fine too. You have Lightning Storm, stuff like that. So whenever you get a chance to win the board, play it on the Herald Ultimates, stack your hand with a bunch of fairy monsters, then you just negate everything they have and win the game. Very hard for most decks to beat, probably one of the most power flex in the entire game. Again, as I said, you go first, you can just win. So most decks can't deal with this strategy, and it's super combo heavy and a lot of fun. The next best deck in the game is the Eldlik Golden Lord deck. This deck is so powerful and ranked right now, especially because they're best of ones. It's a very trap heavy deck. It runs Skill Drains, Imperial Order, Vayne's Emptiness, Goes in Match. A lot of decks just can't deal with these traps, and when you're going best of one, they can't side deck in like Harvey's Feather Duster, stuff like that. So if they don't have trap removal, you basically just win, especially if you go first. Very resilient deck. I mean, Golden Lord Eldrik can't be killed by card effects, and he has 3500 attack, which is extremely strong. This deck has tons of reoccurring value. You can use the trap cards, banish them from the graveyard, and they set more trap cards, so once you get your engine going, you always have steam, and you're just continuously getting reoccurring trap cards, where your opponent already can't deal with all your floodgate trap cards that they're already having to face down. This deck, really strong. You just have, again, 3500 attack monster, can be destroyed by card effects, backed up by like 4 or 5 traps that are all extremely powerful, and you essentially just win the game. You have tons of refuel and tons of ways to get card advantage via the Pot of Extravagance, Pot of Prosperity to search for what you need. This deck's extremely good and ranked right now, considering a lot of the top decks, such as Drighton, don't even run any trap cards. People aren't running like the trap removals. You play the traps, they just can't even out 1, let alone 3, and you win the game. Last but not least, we have my deck, Shaddoll, Dogmatic, Invoke, which I have a deck guide on. You can go check out on my YouTube channel right now. This deck's extremely powerful, very versatile deck. You're able to have Winda turn 1, which you just outright win the game like half the time against half the meta decks. Like you play Winda turn 1 versus Drighton, stuff like that. They just pretty much can't beat it because they can't special from 1 once per turn, which shuts down their whole deck. Construct can deal with all kinds of threats on offense by killing any special 1 monster. Alistair gets you access to Makaba, which is very strong turn 1. Also lets you grind against the trap decks such as Eldlik because you can make more monsters each turn, and then you can banish their Golden Lord from the Graveyard Invocation. The Dogmaticas give you another engine that's very powerful. You can use Intis to blow up anything. You can search more cards with a Nadir Servant. You can search Shaddoll Schism. So it's a kind of well-rounded deck. You have answers to most things. It's very versatile. Has a great toolbox of threats your opponent has to deal with, while also having things to answer threats as well. This deck is definitely one of the top 5 decks in the game, and very powerful at dealing with the meta and having answers to just about everything. Alright everyone, that's my top 5 decks in the game, ranked in order. I think those are the top 5 best decks. So if you're looking for what deck to make or what you want to do to rank up, those are your 5 best shots. Those are your 5 best decks in the entire game. Those are your options. If you like any of those 5 decks, I definitely recommend them to crafting. All extremely, extremely powerful decks. If you guys liked the decks in the video, make sure you like and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Make sure you guys follow me on twitch.tv/NicMakesPlays. I stream Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel every single day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow next video. Peace.